Balik tayo dito sa ating programa. Ginagawa natin ito para makatulong tayo sa tamang information dissemination. Kasi massive yung mga disinformation ng mga kalaban po. Huwag tayong pasisingit sa kanila. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. iGlow Serum Whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas. Agad na nagpa-press con mga kababayan yung gabinete ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos para ipaliwanag ang kakapirma pa lang po na national budget for 2025 na umaabot po sa 6.3 trillion pesos. Ang purpose nito para alam natin ng ating mga mamamayang Pilipino kung ano yung mga gastusan po para hindi makaubra po, hindi umubra yung mga haka-haka, paninira ng mga critics ng ating administrasyon. Kasi po yung mga critics nga po parang yung mga bashers, laging may sinasabi. Di ba? So kailangan maagapan mga kababayan ng mga paninira. Kaya right after na pirmahan ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa presensya ng mga members ng Senado at Congress and other officials ng ating gobyerno doon sa Palasyo Malacanang, papreskon agad po yung Presidential Communications Office at bisita yung mga finance officials natin, yung secretary ng finance, ng DBM, ng NEDA, sila mga kababayan yung pumarap sa media. But before ko mga kababayan ibigay sa inyo yung press con, click subscribe muna dito sa ating YouTube channel and hit the notification bell para lagi po kayong updated sa mga kaganapan dito sa ating bansa. Like and share na rin po ninyo ng ating video. At huwag na rin po ninyo na skip yung ating mga commercial ads para tuloy-tuloy lang ang pag-unlad ng Bagong Pilipinas. Itong ating programa mga kababayan, atid sa inyo nitong ating mga sponsors. Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapay po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po ito sa mga pains at paninigas ng mga kaso-kasuan. Ito sa mukha naman yung application, anti-aging, Automax po siya. Ito iGlow Serum mga kababayan. Whitening po siya. Made in South Korea. Ito naman po, Ningxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Gawa po siya sa goji berry. May anti-cancer properties po siya. At sa mga naghanap po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab car rental din po kami. At bills payment po sa aming office. At saka sa mga mahilig po sa mga imported bags, manood po kayo sa live selling ni Madam Eileen Rosales sa kanyang Eileen Closet po. Pati mga shoes, ito yung kanya po. Ito yung kanyang page. Kita ninyo, napakagandang mga online selling po siya. Si Madam Eileen Rosales. Cellphone number niya po 773-798-7816. Balik tayo dito sa ating programa. Ginagawa natin ito para makatulong tayo sa tamang information dissemination. Kasi massive yung mga disinformation ng mga kalaban po. Huwag tayong pasisingit sa kanila. So ito mga kababayan yung press briefing with DOF, DBM, NEDA, pati DPWH pala nandito. So pakinggan natin ang press conference po.
Welcome sa ating press briefing ngayong araw, December 30. Pirmado na ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. ang 2025 General Appropriations Act. Layunin ng national budget ay pagpatuloy ang nasimulang mga proyekto ng Marcos administration sa ilalim ng Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028. Kasama natin ngayon para magbigay ng karagdagang detalye sa 2025 national budget ay sina Executive Secretary Lucas P. Bersamin, Department of Finance Secretary Ralph G. Recto, Department of Budget and Management Secretary Amena F. Pangandaman, National Economic and Development Authority Secretary Arsenio M. Balisacan, and Department of Public Works and Highways Secretary Manuel M. Punoan. Good morning to our guests. May we ask Secretary Recto for his opening statement?
Thank you very much. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. We are happy to announce that the President just signed into law the 6.326 trillion national budget for 2025, which we have carefully studied line by line. This is the government's most powerful tool to deliver the biggest growth and economic benefits for the Filipino people for next year. Makakasiguro po ang taong bayan na kami sa Department of Finance, lalo pa namin pagbubutihin ang aming trabaho para mapondohan ang mga proyekto at programa sa ilalim ng ating national budget. To put it into perspective, the 2025 national budget, as I said earlier, stands at 6.326 trillion, of which only 4.64 trillion are supportable by revenues. Ibig sabihin, sa susunod na taon, ang gastusin ng gobyerno ay aabot sa 17.3 billion kada araw, but only 12.72 billion per day will be financed by revenue collections every 24 hours. Kaya naman, sa laki po ng aming responsibilidad, 24 oras din magtatrabaho ang DOF para matugunan ang ating pangangailangan. At titiyakin namin na ang bawat sentimo ay mapupunta sa tamang proyekto at programa para sa bayan. Next year, we will strive to not just meet, but exceed our revenue targets to generate more resources, just as our strong fiscal performance this year has demonstrated. I'm happy to announce that total revenue collection for 2024 is expected to reach 4.42 trillion, surpassing the full-year target of 4.27 trillion. As a percentage of GDP, the emerging revenues will climb to 16.7%, the highest in the last 27 years. And our emerging non-tax revenue for 2024 are expected to reach 606.6 billion, the highest ever recorded. These are all because of the hard work and contribution of the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the Bureau of Customs, the Bureau of the Treasury, our privatization team, and our GOCCs. So rest assured, we will work doubly hard to sustain this momentum and adhere to our medium-term fiscal program that reduces our deficit and debt gradually in a realistic manner while creating more jobs, increasing our people's incomes, and decreasing poverty in the process. And on behalf of the economic team, we assure you that from here on, things will just get better because we have a government that works non-stop to deliver the benefits that will keep us progressing as a nation every day. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas. Manigong bagong taon sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Secretary Recto. May we ask Secretary Pangandaman?
Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Happy New Year po sa ating lahat. Alhamdulillah at may budget na po tayo for 2025. First of all, we would like to thank our President, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., for personally being on top of reviewing the bicameral committee's version of the budget. While the Congress's version was quite different from the proposed budget that we submitted, we are grateful and relieved that the President has made sure that we do not end up with a reenacted budget. As you know, the power of the purse is with the Congress because Congress is supposed to be the voice of the people. Hence, the Department of Budget and Management and even the President himself can only submit a proposed budget to Congress, and in the end, because we have a democratic process that we must follow and respect, we can only exercise what the Constitution provides, which is to veto certain items of the budget. After a careful review by the agencies concerned and with the guidance of our Executive Secretary, who is a former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the President ensured that the budget remained true to our constitutional mandates while exercising his veto power to ensure that the budget ultimately continues to be directed to meeting our agenda for prosperity. Nakikinig po ang ating Pangulo sa taong bayan. That is why, among others, and program appropriations, which increased by over 300% in the BICAM version of the budget, have been greatly reduced by direct veto. There will also be a conditional implementation of Ayuda sa Kapos ang Kita program or AKAP. Let us enter the new year with renewed hope and determination to achieve the goals towards a bagong Pilipinas that we all aspire for. On our end, patuloy lang po kaming magtatrabaho para sa mas magandang kinabukasan ng ating mga mamamayan at sa kaunlaran ng ating bayan. Maraming salamat po.
Secretary Balisacan.
Good morning, everyone. Let me express our gratitude to both chambers of Congress for their timely and diligent efforts in scrutinizing, formulating, and ensuring the passage of the 2025 General Appropriations Act. Their unwavering commitment to completing this critical task underscores the strength of our collective resolve in advancing the nation's development goals and President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s socioeconomic agenda. The 2025 GAA supports the goals outlined in the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028, including attaining our medium-term growth targets as approved by the Development Budget Coordination Committee. The budget prioritizes strategic investments in social services with substantial allocations to education, health, and social welfare programs and infrastructure projects to boost growth and inclusion. These investments are crucial for achieving the PDP's targets related to human capital development and poverty reduction. In line with our commitment to public welfare and fiscal responsibility, the President, as we have heard this morning, has judiciously vetoed certain line items in the budget and set specific conditions for implementing certain programs and projects, including requiring the issuance of guidelines and compliance with pertinent laws, policies, rules, and regulations. This decisive action demonstrates the administration's commitment to our fiscal program by ensuring that planned spending remains within the target deficit ceiling, keeping us on track to meet our medium-term fiscal targets. At the same time, by tightening the conditions for utilizing the budget for various programs, the President ensures that the maximum benefits reach those most deserving of social protection, particularly the near poor. This approach supports inclusive growth by ensuring that economic benefits reach the lower income segments of society, directly contributing to the PDP's goals of reducing poverty and improving the quality of life for our vulnerable populations. As we roll out these projects and programs in the coming year, close collaboration between the executive and legislative branches remains vital. The coming year, 2025, marks a pivotal moment for our country as we enter the midterm of the Marcos administration. This milestone is an opportune time to assess our progress. As we continuously recalibrate our strategies, we assure our fellow Filipinos that we will sustain our gains and accelerate our efforts in areas where we need to catch up to meet our development targets. With today's ceremonial signing of the GAA, we reaffirm our commitment to building a matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay for all Filipinos. Let us move forward with optimism and determination, ensuring that every peso of the national budget translates into impactful programs and services that improve the lives of our people. Thank you and good morning once again.
Opening statement.
Good morning, everybody.
Secretary Bonoan, DPWH.
Well, we just like to express how deeply we are honored with the full trust and confidence that the President, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and our legislators have extended to the Department of Public Works and Highways through the fiscal year 2025 budget. We are aware that every peso allocated to the Department of Public Works and Highways projects represents the hard-earned contributions of the Filipino people. It is therefore our responsibility to ensure that these funds are used wisely and efficiently, as well as professionally in the most transparent manner, proving ourselves deserving of the trust placed on us. We are committed to making every cent of their contributions worth by delivering quality infrastructure that drives the national progress. With this, we are tasked to implement more infrastructure projects that are crucial for the socio-economic development of our country. We are prepared to face potential challenges that may arise and remain steadfast in applying the significant lessons that we have learned over the years as we move forward to another year of service. Rest assured, the Department of Public Works and Highways will continue to work diligently in support of the Bagong Pilipinas agenda, advancing infrastructure that uplifts the lives of our fellow Filipinos. Mabuhay ang Bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Secretary Bonoan. We are now opening the floor for questions from our Malacanang media friends. Pia Gutierrez,
Department of Public Works
Yung Benito daw.
Highways, direct veto yon. Bawat isang project po tinanggal natin. Maybe I can ask Secretary Manny Bonoan to explain ano-anong klaseng mga proyekto ito.
Well, many of the projects that have been vetoed are actually some of the projects that we consider that are not totally supportive to the 8-point socio-economic agenda of the government, of this administration. And besides, I think many of these projects are projects that need to be scrutinized and ready for implementation. These are some of the projects are not ready for implementation at this point in time. So these are the projects that we have deferred up to.
And then there's 168 billion worth of projects that are in unprogrammed appropriations po. Inisa-isa po natin yan kasi nadagdagan po siya. When we did the NEP po, we see to it that yung UA natin, yung UA po kasi standby appropriation yan, di ba? Parang contingent fund. So generally, I mentioned this many times. Generally, ang contingent po or yung parang is just at least 5% of the total budget. Yan din po yung tinuro sa atin nung nagkaroon tayo ng consultation with IMF, World Bank. So during the NEP po, it's less than 5%. Napakalit. It's 178 billion pesos. But nung naging po siya, nung napasa na po siya ng BICAM, nag-increase po siya ng 300%. So it's almost 10% of the total budget. So nung nakita po namin yon, binawasan po namin just to be consistent with the 5% yung parang standby fund. So now it's roughly 4.7% of the total budget.
Thank you. So, Ivan Mayrina, GMA7.
Can I ask, sa final version, ang budget ng education versus public works? Kasi isa ho ito sa mga pinupunto na posibleng constitutional infirmity ng budget.
Ang nasa, but maybe Executive Secretary can further expound later. Ang nakalagay po is not the department. Hindi naman po nakalagay doon na dapat Department of Education. It's the sector. So I have here po the top 10 na pagkakasunod-sunod po kung yung sa pinakamataas na budget. Dito po makikita natin na una ang education pa rin po. Hinahanap ko lang. It's 1.053 trillion. Well, the DPWH po is 1.034 trillion po. Yan po. So, nauna na po ang education.
Secretary, may we get the breakdown do sa education po?
Yes, we will provide po. Ibigay po kami.
So, anong nangyari po, Secretary, we had to, so yung mga veto under DPWH, kaya umangat po relatively yung education sector budget.
Yes po, kasi nabawasan din po ng mga 26 billion yung DPWH budget.
Right. Thank you.
Tristan Nodalo, Newswatch Plus.
Ay, hello, good morning po. Ma'am, you've mentioned yung conditional implementation of AKAP. So, ano pong nangyari doon sa pondo na AKAP na which was questioned before, yung 26 billion both sa House and Senate? So, ano po yung conditional implementation? What does it actually mean?
Yung AKAP po, it's still there. It's just that bago po natin ma-release yung pondo, we need to issue guidelines po together with DSWD, DOLE, and NEDA po para maging consistent yung pagbibigay ng AKAP dun po sa gusto nating mangyari dun sa tamang recipients, hindi po magka-doble-doble yung binibigay natin ng mga cash assistance. So, si Sec. RC Balisacan po ang kasama na po ngayon sa pag-define nung paglabas nung pondo ng AKAP.
One follow-up lang po kay Sec. Bonoan. Yung sinabi niyo po yung mga hindi priority ng administration, yung natapyas sa DPWH budget. But basically, what kind of projects are this? Ito po ba ay mga kalsada, basketball court, or ano po ba, sir?
Marami kasi yung mga local projects actually that are not ready for implementation, and it will take us some time anyway to make sure na may implement namin kaagad. So these are the things na nakita namin that I think we can postpone it for the time being. Yung mga projects na mostly local projects actually. Roads? Hindi, not necessarily roads, pati may mga buildings and other local infrastructure. There are some projects that are ambiguous also that we cannot immediately implement anyway. So, yun ang mga
Ace Romero, Philippine Star.
May I just ask, because the President vowed to restore the budget cuts in DepEd. So how did we manage to do that?
We cannot, under the Constitution po, kung ano po yung napasa ng Kongreso, yun na po yun. We can only veto line items or projects, but we cannot add po. However, under the budget, may mga certain funds naman tayo dyan na pwede tayong mag-augment ng ating budget. For example, yung unprogrammed appropriations, yan ang magandang use ng UA. As long as meron tayong additional revenue from the DOF, we can actually augment or increase the budget of DepEd, specifically for computerization program.
So, kasi hindi naman pwede mag-realign yung executive. So,
Hindi
pwede
na-
nating gawa ng parang that way.
Hindi na po, opo. Sa execution na lang po tayo, doon na lang po natin hahabulin yung mga kulang sa DepEd.
Kay Executive Secretary, given all these changes and measures implemented by the President, are you now confident that there will be no legal challenges to be triggered against the 2025 budget?
We are, yes, to answer your question, we are confident, but we cannot prevent. If there will be challenges that will be mounted by any quarter, who might still find this present budget as approved worthy of the challenge. But that is something that we cannot prevent. But I am confident that we worked very hard on this and that our efforts will be validated by any kind of lack of challenge. So we are not going to encourage the challenge.
Salamat po.
Malinaw po, yung mga sektor na dapat may pinakang mataas na pondo, sektor ng edukasyon, 1.3 trillion, kung di ako nagkamali ng pakadinig. So, number 1 siya. Hindi necessarily mga kababayan na DepEd lang, basta sektor ng edukasyon. Ngayon, yung issue sa computerization, yun ang ginagamit na issue ng mga kalaban. Unang-una, yung computerization po ng previous administration at nung panahon ni Sara, may diferensya. O ngayon, but anyway, may cure naman pala, pwedeng i-augment pa rin mga kababayan base sa paliwanag ni Pangandaman ng Department of Budget. Kaya lahat ng agam-agam po ng mga critics nitong 2025 budget na cure na po. Wala na silang issue. Ang pwede nilang gawin, gumawa ng issue. O, di ba? Gawa na lang kayo ng issue, umimbento kayo ng issue para hindi kayo maubusan ng issue. Pero sigurado, hindi uubra yung mga issue ninyo. Kasi, thoroughly reviewed, mga kababayan, ang Executive Secretary po ng ating Pangulo, dating Supreme Court Chief Justice. Di ba? Yan lang po, mga kababayan, yung ating short video. Sa mga naghanap ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. We also offer Grab Car Rental with our brand new 2023 model ng Toyota Innova. We also accept booking for those who are planning to travel via PAL, Cebu Pacific, and other airline companies, local and international, and bills payment for Meralco Bills, PLDT, Aleco Bills, etc. Ang Colossal Fitness Gym is located at 3rd floor Security Bank Building, Landco Business Park, Legazpi City, Albay. For inquiries, look for Chilon Maravillas. Contact number 0966-802-0949. Yan yung aming Innova. Lagi na pong matao sa amin. Pati mga foreigners po, tingnan ninyo. Mga British tourists sila. Ang lalaki ng katawan na, mga kababayan, nag-gym sa amin. Ito naman po, Indian National. Ito mga mga European sila. Ito naman yung bago naming product na binibenta online, iGlow Serum. Whitening po siya galing sa South Korea. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect entrepreneur, Riz Maravillas. For inquiries, look for Riz Maravillas on FB. Ito naman po, Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapahid po ito sa mga pulses and affected area. Mainam po ito sa mga pains at paninigas na mga kaso-kasuan. Ito po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Nengxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Hindi man po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry may anti-cancer properties. Yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos po, ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.